3, 2, 1. Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to Please Watch Our Podcast, the only podcast where we yell for 30 minutes 'cause it's been dark for
Yeah.
all day. I'm Connor, and with me is Mitch, the graduate.
Yep.
Hey!
Finally graduated, people. So you know what
Hey.
that means.
What does it mean?
Good God.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Today we're talking about Game of Thrones, specifically the HBO show.
Yeah. Game of
Not
Thrones
House of the
season one.
Dragon,
Mm-mm.
not Knight of the Seven Kingdoms,
Mm-mm.
none of that shit, and not the
Mm-hmm.
unreleased Jon Snow show.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is that coming out ever?
no.
No, I didn't think
No.
so. Yeah.
I fucking hope not, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, there's so many other cool things that you can talk about
Yeah.
in like the Game of Thrones world.
Yeah.
Jon Snow, his story hasn't even been written yet, like in the books. Like it hasn't finished. So like why
Yeah.
would you write a whole spin-off show?
Yeah. Yeah. Is
I don't
Game
know.
of Thrones done? Did he finish the books? He didn't, right? So why would you? Okay, we'll get to that eventually. Yeah. My experience with Game of Thrones, I knew about it. Like, of course I knew about it. Everyone knows about Game of Thrones. I knew that
Hmm.
Boromir died. The Lord Stark died. I know that. Didn't know what was gonna happen. I know winter's coming. The
Nice.
Red Wedding. I don't know what that is. Uh,
Pretty sure that's season two
dragons,
or three.
dragons,
Yep.
and a big cast. A
And
lot of
titties.
people. A lot of boobies.
A lot of titties and sex.
Yeah. What's your? Because I remember, because listened to our podcast. I don't know what episode, but I think you said at some point like you haven't watched Game of Thrones, so this is also new for you too.
Yeah, I watched it this summer.
Oh yeah,
I binged it with the
nice.
family, and fuck yeah.
I wouldn't watch. That's just me. I would not watch this with my family, but that's just me. That is just me. No hate to like no hate or anything.
Oh, I know.
Um. Anyways, do you want to get into it, or you
Hmm.
do you want to get into the show? We're talking about
Sure.
yeah, we talked about season. This is season one. We've just watched
Season
season
one.
one. Another thing is when we talk about TV shows, expect a longer episode. You want to listen to our other TV shows we talked about? We talked about Fallout, really good show. Doctor Who, whatever they want to call it, season 14, season one. I don't know. But yeah, a longer episode because there's just more things to talk about because it's not
Yep.
a movie. I feel like we're having a lot to talk about here in this
Yeah.
show. I don't
I
know.
can talk about all this for
Perfect. Perfect.
ever.
I have questions. If they come to my mind, I'll ask.
Perfect.
There we go. Show opens with a peasant looking person, and I was like,
Hmm.
me. Um, and he sees like a bunch of dead bodies, and you know, everyone's like, they're not zombies, like they're zombies, they're White Walkers, and everyone's like, they're not that. And then everyone but him gets killed, and then he goes to see, then he's able to get away.
Yeah, and then he runs away, and
Yeah,
fair enough, right?
no,
I'd
honestly,
fucking run too.
yeah, I'm on his
And
side.
then he gets caught running away,
Yeah,
and then gets beheaded.
yeah,
So it sets up the tone for the whole show going forward. This
mhm,
guy did nothing wrong. Well, at least in the instances we were shown of him, he had done zero things wrong. He
yeah,
got executed,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So sets the tone moving forward for the show.
yeah, yeah. And then after that, we basically, because he mentioned that like he saw White Walkers, right? Yeah, yeah. Or he saw like something unnatural, like unnatural things happening in the forest. Um, and before he gets beheaded, I mean, that's he told
Yeah.
the people, yeah. And now it's going throughout all the
Even
cast,
though he didn't.
yeah. Um, anyways, it's spreading for the castle. It's like winter is coming, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
You meet our kind of main, I would call him our main-ish our main character, kind of Lord Stark, played by, I know his name. You're gonna hear that every hour. I know his name. Um. Anyways,
Uh,
hmm. Hmm.
Sean Bean.
Sean Beam. Thank you. He's kind of like our main character this season.
Uh, Sean Bean.
Yeah, yeah. He's our main character this season, and you kind of get you meet his family. You find out he has like five children.
Sean
Do
Bean.
Sean Bean? Yes,
It's the Sean Bean.
the Sean Bean. Yeah, Boromir, and he was in Skyfall 008.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
kinda.
kind of. Yeah. Also, we're spoiling Game of Thrones. Sorry, I
Six.
knew. Yeah, I saved our asses.
Technically.
We know that he dies, and I knew that going into the show. So, you know, him dying. I expected him to die episode one, but he made it pretty far. Um, yeah,
The ninth episode or not.
yeah. Anyways,
Oh,
we meet this because of these this like wolf died with all these pups, and they're like, yo,
yeah.
can they're gonna kill it, but Jon Snow is like, guys, no, we can't kill it. Uh Jon Snow's very much
Yeah.
like he cares about his family, even though he's a bastard child. He cares about his
Yeah. He
siblings.
cares a lot about, yeah.
Yeah,
He cares far more. He seems to care far more for them than, or maybe he gives them more, he heeds them more mind than he even heeds himself.
yeah,
He feels subpar compared. And
yeah,
in the world, I mean, and in like real medieval society, bastards
yeah,
were like you could, if you were a royal bastard, you could hang out with the bastard, the royals, or like the lordly people, but you weren't liked. No one
no,
liked you. Like
no,
you were shunned.
yeah,
Like you could eat the meals and play in the castle, but good luck trying to talk to anyone
yeah. I
or
mean, he,
like be friends.
yeah, I mean, like there is a benefit that he's in a big castle, but that's about it. And a nice room,
Yes.
but like that's about it. Anyways, they all get these
No.
wolves.
That, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. The dire wolves.
yeah,
They came south of the wall. Um, they're a species only north of the wall.
hmm
So they were like, why the fuck are they down here?
hmm
And then Jon Snow doesn't really give a shit. He questions, he's like, hey, there's five pups, five kids.
yeah,
Rickon. That's who I was missing. Five kids.
hmm
Um, and he was like, yep,
yeah,
you guys all get one. I don't
yeah,
get one. Technically, he's a Stark, kind of.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but and it's just he's sacrificing his own
yeah. His own like,
happiness for it
yeah,
out of the back of like from behind him. He's like, "What the fuck is that?" And no one else can hear it. No one else goes to see the sound. No one else sees it. He goes and finds Ghost,
yeah, yeah,
separate from the pack, like himself, um, and it's albino, so it was born different.
hmm
Again,
It's
bunch
yeah,
of
it's
things,
very, it's kind of
um,
clear if you're not,
and they bond over that.
yeah, clear metaphor. They're both kind of different from the rest of their family. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm gonna
and
throw
then
out I
mhm,
this just popped into my head. I'm gonna throw this out for all the lore nerds in the audience. I think Ghost is going to be Jon Snow's Nissa Nissa. That's all I'm saying.
cool, cool. I don't know what the fuck that
Okay,
is.
and now
Anyways,
you can go.
but anyways, they're now back they're in the castle. Some time's passed because these small little pups are now basically fully grown. Um, and the king of
Hmm.
the Iron Throne is coming, and for the second youngest son, right? Yeah. He's climbing around the castle and everything, like a
Cool.
child would. If you own a castle, you're gonna climb it.
Oh yeah, Bran.
Especially if
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
yeah. And he sees them all coming. We see this blonde little weasel on his fucking horse. Ew. And he's like, cut. He's telling his mother, it's like, mother, they're coming. They're coming from, and we meet the king of the Iron Throne. He meets Lord Stark, and he's like, you got old and fat. And they laugh. They're buddies.
Yeah, you got fat.
Yeah. And they're like,
Yeah, they're
they're
good friends. They
yeah,
fought in the war together.
yeah. And then, uh fuck, what happened?
Robert sucks,
Mm,
but I mean,
mm, mm, yeah. I
oh,
feel like
they all talk. The Game of Thrones, very hard. You did go scene by scene. It would be every scene has this like minute detail towards a character thing that you only get the payoff in the next episode. So
yeah.
it's like it's this story that is carefully planned out, beat for beat, all the way through all 10 episodes, and like you just gain context on these character things. And from a grand arcing perspective, they may not matter, but from a
Mm,
character perspective, every moment in this series matters.
yeah.
They
It's
all
just a
inform
lot.
their
Yeah.
decisions. It is.
Yeah.
So I think let's skip ahead. Um,
Do
I
you want
think
to go?
Theon
Yeah.
has sex with Ross, and then that has all the fuckery. And then Tyrion and
Jason
who's it?
Momoa's
Tyrion
character.
and that's not Jason
No,
Momoa's kid.
never mind.
Um, Tyrion's
Sorry.
Peter Dinklage.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great in that. Yeah.
Oh, he's the best part
Yeah.
throughout all 7 seasons. He's
Yeah.
the best character in the whole
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Um, a little different, and by a little, I mean quite a bit, than his like book counterpart. But I kind of like the show version more. Gonna be honest.
Hmm.
I know, sue me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but that's also just a testament to Peter Dinklage being a fucking
A
amazing
great,
actor.
amazing actor.
Um, yeah, Tyrion, I think he talks with Jon. I think he talks with Theon a little bit. They all have their chats, blah blah blah. Um, the Jamie and Cersei are there because Cersei is married to Robert, and Jamie is her brother, but he's also a Kingsguard. And then Bran, like we said earlier, he loves climbing on the castle. He does it again, and he catches Cersei and Jamie fucking.
Yep.
Or, of course,
Yeah.
it's a problem. They are
Yeah.
siblings
Yeah.
of uh, a, a paramount house.
Yeah.
Um, so it deal. Incest is not looked upon very kindly,
Yeah.
except if you're a Targaryen.
Yeah.
And that's less that they like it and more that they're like, okay, these guys are just gonna do what they need to do, and
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
no point in fighting them because they have fucking dragons.
Yeah. Exactly. Who
Um,
cares?
which is the easy. No, that's basically. I'm kidding you. If you go through like if you read like Fire and Blood, the history book of the Targaryens, half of it is literally just like, yeah, and this guy had like a bad idea of going to war against the Targaryens, and then the next line's like reduced to cinders,
Mm. Yeah.
reduced to cinders, and
Yeah.
it's just like it just murder everyone. They're just like
It's
every
yeah.
time someone's like, oh, we need like you're doing the bad thing, and the Targaryens are like, I don't give a fuck. I
Dragons. I got fucking dragons. Yeah. No, you got dragons on your side. You know.
got my fucking dogs with me,
Yeah.
and by
No.
dogs,
I
I
mean,
mean my.
yeah.
What are you gonna
Dragons.
do?
No,
Throw
exactly.
rocks?
No, shoot an arrow? No, like a dragon in if you have a dragon, that is basically you having a nuke
Yeah,
in medieval time, you know? Like not a lot of people have
pretty
them.
much.
If you
You're
have
it's you
them,
have a fighter jet. What are you gonna do?
yeah, you can't do anything.
Like if someone flew a fucking fighter jet in
Yeah.
medieval time, just strafe rent people. back and forth with machine guns. What are you going to do?
You
Same
can't
thing
do
with a
shit.
giant flamethrower.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Um, yeah, so
Yeah,
Bran falls out the window after Jamie pushes him.
yeah.
Uh,
Episode 2, right?
uh,
That's it, really.
Advises him is the word.
Yeah,
I think Daenerys. She comes out of the bath. Viserys like touches her weirdly. Viserys being
yeah,
her brother.
yeah.
But they're not married, as is the traditional Targaryen custom. Um, but he has this very intense
Relationship with
like
her.
domination over her. Like he
Yeah,
really he kind of owns her. I mean, he
yeah,
doesn't kind of. He literally sells her.
yeah.
Uh, um, he sells her to Khal Drogo. This is Jason Momoa's character. Um, and I don't know if this is the first episode, but it doesn't really matter.
It's around
Um,
like around
she
second
gets the
episode.
three
Yeah,
dragon eggs. Very
that's a
important.
set. Yeah,
She gets
second. Yeah.
gifted three dragon eggs. I think that's in the very end of the first episode. I think we meet Gior Mormont. Not Gior Mormont. That's Night Watch. Jorah.
Mm.
Is did we meet him yet in this
I don't
episode?
think first
Or...
we don't meet any because Jon Snow hasn't gone to Night Watch yet.
True.
So I think he goes to episode 2, he leaves for the wall. He leaves to join the Night Watch. So we're on episode 2 basically, right?
Hmm.
Around that part. Yeah,
Now
so
we're on episode 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So the boy Bren survives the fall, but he's unconscious. Whole
Yeah, he's in a coma.
dun 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 for um yeah. So they're all kind of freaking so the target no, which house
His mom, Stark.
yeah. She
Stark.
hasn't left her side his side or
No,
anything.
no. Catelyn
Um
Tully is
yeah.
technically her name.
And I like her.
Actually, she's a Stark now.
Yeah.
Eh,
Like is she
she's all
good? She's
right.
good in this season. Like
Well, not really. She's kind of an asshole to John.
yeah, but that's a
She kind of,
bastard son that comes with it.
yeah, but
I
that's still fucked up.
no, yeah, but I understand.
I wouldn't. I mean,
No,
if my wife had a kid, even if it was, I don't know,
you know,
I think I would take care of that kid like it was
yeah,
my own. I don't,
you
whatever.
know,
But what does he do? He, oh, right. John wants to join
the night guard, the night guard,
the Night's Watch.
night watch.
It's not the Night Guard.
My
It's
bad.
not the Night Guard.
I'm thinking of something else, probably. I'm smart.
Um, uh, the Night's Watch, and he believes it's his only way of like achieving honor and kind of glory. But he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really. I mean, in the show, he doesn't really want glory. It's that like attention,
Mm-hmm.
especially like the proving people wrong kind of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the book version of him really likes that. Um, he gives his sister a sword, I think. He gives, oh, well, no, not I think. He gives her needle.
Needle, yeah.
Um, so John and Arya have a pretty close connection. Rob and John have a pretty close connection. Um, John and Bran have a
Yeah,
very decent connection.
yeah.
John and Sansa don't have much of a connection at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then he and Rickon, or Rickon, Rickon is only like 6, so they don't really
So yeah,
hang out.
yeah.
So yeah, John kind of likes, he has his weird relationships with some of his siblings and others not, but it's mostly Rob and Arya are the two
Yeah.
people. He really looks up to Rob, first off, like
Mm-hmm.
honorable big guy, and he sees a lot of himself in Arya. At least I think. I don't know if he said that exactly, but also the way they're described physically. in like the books and even
Mhm.
in the show, like Rob and Rickon and Sansa, they have this ginger light colored hair, right?
Right.
They're very bright. They take after their mother. Arya and Jon, however, are very dark. They
Take
have the
after
dark
father.
hair.
Yeah. Right.
Um, so they're kind of the dark sheep. And I
Yeah.
mean, Arya doesn't want to accept her place as a woman in the world.
Mhm.
Or at least, sorry, not as a woman, but
As a lady, yeah.
doesn't accept what was how she's expected to act
Yeah.
as a woman in that world.
Yeah.
And John can't do
Yeah.
anything. Like he's so frustrated. He just can't do fucking anything. Like he can't rule, he can't lead, he can't do anything that he was taught to do growing up as a Lord's son.
Hmm.
Um, Even though he's a bastard and his mom treated him like shit, or
Hmm.
I guess adoptive mother.
Yeah.
Um, so he goes to the wall. He goes with his uncle. He also goes with Peter Dinklage, Tyrion.
I like their relationship because
Oh, very
throughout the
much so.
whole throughout like the whole series, like Peter like Peter Dicker's character is like, I'm a dwarf, you know? Like I relate to society, not society, like the lords and ladies, kings and everything treating me differently and treating me like shit because
Yeah,
of how I look and how what
yeah. My circumstance of birth has
yeah.
completely changed my path of life, and
Yeah.
so he and John bond over that.
Yeah. Yeah.
John at first thinks Tyrion's being a dick,
Yeah.
because he was.
Yeah.
But that's just who Tyrion is.
Yeah.
He's glib. He's a bit callous at times. Oh, sorry, not callous. Blunt, like rude, crude. Um, but he's I wouldn't say honest, but what's the word when like he's very observational. Like
Blunt?
yeah, blunt. Yeah,
Blunt,
blunt,
yeah.
blunt. You know, he's
Yeah.
blunt. He will tell you to your face that if he doesn't like you or like anything like this.
Yeah.
Um,
Point
he's
out your
also
flaws right
yeah,
away.
and
Yeah.
exactly. Like he'll do that. So he does that with John a bit, and John's like not used to this kind of banter. The
Hmm.
Starks are very honor, family first. Um, and their revelry comes in the form of drinking and dancing, not drinking and fucking. And I mean, it is also fucking, but
Yeah.
I'm because everyone fucks
Yeah.
um, in this world. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, in our world too.
Yeah.
That's kind of the one of the main reasons why he included so much sex in his books,
Yeah.
and like everything, was he was just like, yeah, dude, do you know like people don't have phones? People need to do something. They just
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Like you don't have TikTok
Um,
to scroll
and
on.
sex work's been around forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have Reddit. Give me a
What am I gonna
prostitute.
do? Yeah. What do you mean my only form of communication is a raven? The
Yeah,
fuck?
what do you
Like,
what do you mean? I can only communicate by bird, and I'm gonna die of like dysentery in like 2 months,
yeah,
maybe. I
maybe,
drank
yeah.
rainwater by accident, thinking it was pure, and now I have AIDS. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Might as well, do it. You know?
yeah,
Yeah, Peter Dictrix. That's a great way to introduce the Peter Dictrix character too. He's just in the middle of doing it.
hmm yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think it cuts away from their north journey to the wall. I don't know if he swears himself in yet.
No, I don't think so.
I think they swear in the next episode.
Yeah, around next or third episode. I'm being honest, I don't know. I like the wall stuff. It's just kind of slow, a little
It is a
slow.
bit slow, but that's kind of
The
a little
point.
bit of the point.
Okay.
Because he kind of goes insane. Well, not,
Yeah.
but like when we go insane by going stir crazy, right? Like
Yeah.
he he um he like he's like, oh, I'm gonna go join this prestigious order, and then he's ordered to like watch the fucking lead guy just walk around and like make him meals,
Yeah.
tidy his bed. Like he's like, what the fuck? Like, what the
Hmm.
fuck are you talking about? This was
Hmm.
my one chance for glory, and you're making me this guy's fucking maid?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Um, so he didn't make any friends.
Yeah.
Well, he made two, and then
We'll
he
talk about
taught.
that later.
He'll come out with another one later. He
Right.
shows up
Okay.
later. Like his
Right.
main friend shows up later, but he
Yeah.
makes like two-ish like buddies kind of right off the bat. Um, and a good thing to note, if you don't know anything about Game of Thrones, Night's Watch used to be super prestigious. Like its
Mm.
whole thing, you don't have giant castles on a fucking 700-foot ice wall without being a bit of a important person.
Yeah.
Uh, However, over time, um, it was used as an excuse, well, not an excuse. It was an option, like a secondary option instead of like execution.
Yeah.
You would go and serve your life sentence as a watcher on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it kind of slowly went from like this big prestigious organization, this order of like knights, these watchers on the wall, the black. They wear the black uniforms. They have all this stuff. They're on the wall. They watch for the grand enemy. People forgot about the grand enemy.
Mm.
It stopped. They never showed up again. Like they stopped showing up. So what are they fighting?
Yeah.
People forgot. People stopped caring. Um, Besides the great enemy, they were also fighting wildlings and stuff like that.
Mm.
Different. That's more of like a race thing. Um, well, more like an ethnicity thing, but
Mm.
because they're all,
Yeah.
they're all crackers. Um, uh, um, so they're on the wall, and it just became this penal colony, essentially. It was because the only people who wanted to go were criminals who were given the option to take the black. And they, rather than execution, you get a bed, food, and you get to hang out with a bunch of bros all day. Oh,
Yeah.
or I die. Yeah, I'm gonna take the first option.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like the
Yeah,
chill option, the better option.
and that's the thing. Everyone started to like pick it if
Yeah.
they were given the option. Thus, almost all of the members, let's say like 40, 50% or more likely. I can't remember the exact statistics in like the books and whatever, are criminals, at least, um, or ex-criminals, I guess. Um, but yeah,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
he was a bit surprised, especially because he hated these criminal scum who tarnished the name of the order that he was so proud of.
Yeah.
And he thought they were crass and dirty and gross and untrained and like worth. And then oh, who was it? Was who took him aside and was like, "You grew up in a fucking castle, moron. Like you may have been a bastard, you may
Mhm.
have been a piece of shit, but like you got sword training. You had full meal every like
Every day.
three full
Yeah.
meals every day, down pillow. You had family. You had like you had money to spend. You had good clothing. In like this, he was you're like you can't look down on these people. You
Yeah.
had the fuck. You might have been a bastard, but you had lucky ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
So like, sit the fuck down. You're one of them now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and he becomes more humble, especially in season one as the show goes on.
Yeah.
He starts off kicking everyone's ass in training,
Yeah.
um, like showing off,
Yeah.
because he was like, "Oh, I'm so much better than you."
Yeah. Because you've
Slowly
been
through the show,
training
he's
your
you've been
whole
training
life.
since childhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's his whole point. He's
Yeah.
cocky, um, but these are poor like kids who, I mean, they're all criminals as well. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think the main ones that he hangs out with aren't that bad.
No.
They were like thieves or something.
Yeah. There were. Yeah.
But then there's a bunch of other guys. There's rapists, there's murderers, all those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Um, so he doesn't
Yeah.
really hang out with those folk.
No.
Um, But yeah, and that just becomes kind of his identity as he
Yeah.
goes forward.
Can you
Um,
can
yeah,
you explain like the geography of the world? Because it's snowy and cold when you're in with the Starks, and then when you're with like Dolores, did I say that right?
Daenerys.
Daenerys, thank you. When you're with
Oh, she's in a
Daenerys,
whole different continent.
okay,
So fuck. How do I?
you're good. Just try
Do I
your
have
best.
I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna go on MS Paint.
Sick. It might show up. Yeah, I'll allow it. This is exciting. Um,
Hold
so
on.
another continent and everything. That's cool though.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So there is one big continent that kind of comes out like this.
Hmm.
Um, fuck. I think I'm getting this right. I think it actually comes up more like that.
Mm.
And then it curves in, and then it comes back out, and then it comes back in, and then it comes back out again. Cool. So this is where kind of we are.
Okay.
The Starks, let's say this is a really bad map because I did this right now.
Yeah.
But let's say that's the black thing's the wall, right?
Okay.
Um, let's go. What should be
Do a purple.
Winterfell? Let's make it blue.
Okay.
Winterfell, like right here.
Okay.
Um, because there's Bear Island and it comes down from the south. Yeah. Uh, this is where that's a giant cock. Uh, down here is King's Landing. So the city where the Iron Throne
Hmm.
exists, and where Daenerys and Viserys and like Khal Drogo are, they're in a continent called Essos, which is uh,
Oh, it's huge.
this whole thing.
Oh, shoot.
So she, and then there's like, hold on, there's things down here, but they don't really
Hmm.
matter.
Hmm.
Uh, um, well, there's also things over here, but those are more important. Um, so basically it's split into these. There's like a bunch of coastal cities, and then in here is the Dothraki Sea, which is what Khal Drogo's like people are called, the Dothraki.
Hmm.
Um, and so yeah, Jesus Christ, it's hard to draw in paint. So
You're
yeah,
killing it.
uh, here's the wall, and everything north of the wall
Hmm.
is not part of the Seven Kingdoms.
Hmm.
And the Seven Kingdoms are basically everything at the wall, and then all of this is the
Oh,
Seven
okay.
Kingdoms, and they're split up. Hold on, I can do the map. I think I know the borders. Um, fuck.
You're killing it.
There's
Don't worry.
lands. There's the Stormlands, which is here, and then the Stormlands come down like that. Here's Dorne. Yeah, I think that's kind of how they look. So this is the North Kingdom. This is the something called the Reach,
Hmm.
um, where the Hand of the King, John Arryn, before like the thing that kind of kicked off the whole story, the death of the Hand of the King. Um, this is where his family's from, is the Reach. They're actually the Lord Paramount of the Reach, but different story. This is the Riverlands. This is where what's her face? Catelyn Tully, the Stark mother, comes from here. This is the Westerlands. This is where the um, what are they called? The Lannisters are from. They're from
Hmm.
not Castamere. They're from Casterly Rock. The Crownlands, kind of self-explanatory. They're they're like a province that was based off of the new capital forming, essentially. So they like took land from a bunch of other provinces and then just kind of said, this all land is firmly owned by the crown, essentially. It's like
Okay.
everything else you can like organize it yourself, work on it a little bit, but the crown lands belong to the crown.
Hmm.
Um, this is the Reach. Oh, sorry. This is um this is the Veil, not the Reach. I called this the Reach earlier.
Okay.
This is the Veil. Um you see where my cursor, right? This
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
Veil.
yeah, yeah.
This is the Reach. This is you haven't met the characters from here yet. But they're Sam Tarley's from here. Um what's his face, bro? All of the I actually can't remember their names.
It's fine. We don't know about
Tyrells.
Char.
Jesus
Okay, okay,
Christ.
okay.
Um, the Stormlands, named after the storms that they have.
Hmm.
Um, this is where Robert Baratheon's from. This is where I think Barristan Selmy is from. I think the Selmys have like a plot of land over here. I play a lot of there's like a Crusader Kings mod, which is like a strategy game for medieval
Hmm.
cultures, and there's a mod for Game of Thrones. So I know this map like the back of my hand.
Perfect.
Um, and then we get into Dorne, which is we don't really see many characters from Dorne up until season five, I think, six, maybe. Um, I mean, we see characters from Dorne, but we don't really
Hmm.
get a Dornish character.
Right.
Um, so those are the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
Uh, the Vale, Crownlands, Stormlands, the Reach, Dorne, Riverlands, Westerlands, and the North.
Okay. Thank you.
This map doesn't do it justice, but the North, because it's kind of slanted, the North is the largest one.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
like if
It's
I actually had to do it to scale, it'd probably be like that big.
yeah, yeah. And most of it, it's like not really. You can't really do anything with it because it's just snow, right?
It's huge, so it's a logistical issue.
Hmm.
It's cold, so traveling's a bitch. There's
Mm.
wildlife everywhere. That sucks.
It's like
They're
Canada.
closer to
The wall.
the the man things. What are they called?
Okay.
Man, the how I literally once I started talking about the show, all of the words about the show just
You're
disappeared.
doing really
Um,
good though.
the guys north of the wall, the fuck, what are they
North
called? The
Walker
Raiders, the
Raiders. Okay.
man things, the man
White
Raiders.
Walkers. No.
No, no.
Shit.
It's okay.
Okay.
Um, but the the tribal people above the wall.
Okay.
Um, they deal with a lot of raids from them, not only from them but also from down here. The Ironborn, they
Mm.
launch raids. Um, their whole thing's like dying in glorious combat. They're kind of Vikings in
Mm.
that sense. Um, so they come up and raid the north. These guys come down and raid the north. Um, there's also like a pirate bay kind of right here. So pretty much you're fucked there. They're kind of always just getting fucked on.
Right.
So it's a huge logistical problem to like send food, send arms, roll like raise banners. Um, so it's just a hard kingdom to
Run. Be in
run.
charge of. Yeah. Cool.
And so where Daenerys is, she is like, I think there's Vace Dothrak is here. There's Bravos. I think Karth is like here.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Cool.
she's mostly here. Well, I
Okay.
mean, like she's making like a journey. I think she arrived here,
Yeah.
got sold to Khal Drogo like here, and
Yeah.
then they make their journey to Vace Dothrak.
Right. That's so
Um,
cool.
yeah.
That helps me a lot. Thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
yeah. How do we, yeah, I don't know where to go from here.
And
Sorry.
then no, yeah, we have so that was just if you enjoyed that, that was just a little glimpse of
Yeah.
just how big the world is. And that's kind of that's what I kind of really love about this world that he made is like
Hmm.
the stories he's telling are incredibly personal. Like
Yeah.
these are not um like the way they're told, especially like obviously from a POV, but like it's their own thoughts in conflict with their own thoughts, their
Hmm.
heart against their own heart. And still the world is very fleshed out. There's cultures you see everywhere. Like
Hmm.
there's cultural norms, there's things that inform their behavior even greater, but like it's such a grand scale for such a small scale way of telling the story. Um, and it's just incredibly interesting, I
Yeah.
find.
No, I love geography. Like I love geography too. Especially when it comes to like mythical geography. I'll get more into the show. I've just watched the season. Also, guys, it's November and it's dark outside, okay? I The mood is off. But yeah, the dragon eggs. She gets dragon eggs, right? As a gift from someone.
Yep. Yep.
And they're like,
I
it's
think it's
not,
from it's one of the motherfuckers.
I don't know who.
When does she get dragon eggs? She gets dragon eggs from in the first
Yeah, first episode she gets dragon eggs, right?
episode.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and then she gets the dragon eggs, and then we jump back to her kind of bonding with Cal Drogo.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then she was like, you know what? I kind of like this guy.
I Oh, honestly, I thought it wasn't going to be good because he kind of,
Um,
you know, she said in the first episode she said no, and he's like yes, and I'm like, oh, okay, but she got better, like they got better, kind of, like she's like, I do like him.
oh no, no, which is probably just Stockholm syndrome,
Yeah,
right? At least for me. Like
I don't know how to feel about the relationship.
you're like this inexperienced like 18-year-old girl. I'm saying she's 18 because it just
Yeah,
saves me a bunch of conflict in my own
yeah,
head. Um gets sold to this fucking warlord from a culture with a language you don't speak and a culture so far from what you like
yeah,
expect of anyone.
yeah,
Um and then you're like, raped all the time. Dude, I would freak the fuck out.
yeah,
So I don't blame a single action she does because it's all self-preservation at the
yeah,
end of the day.
yeah,
Um, and no matter how what she like reasoned it off as or whatever, that's how I saw it. I saw it as she needed to adapt so that she wouldn't break,
yeah.
essentially.
There's even
Um,
like one scene, like it's early on the show. She's having a discussion with a sex worker. It's like you have something that he doesn't, and that's your I'm paraphrasing it. It's like this is your body. You can use your body to help you not, die. Like he likes like the
yeah,
way
he
you
was
look.
basically saying like, fuck your husband. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck your husband, even if you don't like it, because if you don't, he'll just kill you and find a new one,
yeah,
is essentially what she was telling him.
yeah, and
Uh,
yeah,
and she was like, okay, I gotta lock the fuck in.
yeah,
Um,
and she
but then she
did.
also like got more romantic with it.
Yeah, I
I don't
do.
know. Uh, I never liked their relationship,
No,
books or show. Um, I think it's cool. Not like the uh
Yeah.
like when it's good, not like the
When
beginning
yeah. Like
parts.
does she
Um
I feel like she
like when they're
likes
actually like in love with each other.
it's better, yes. That first
Yeah,
episode though,
yeah,
oh
like when they're actually like
yeah, that
no.
first episode's like,
Um
no, Jason Momoa, yes, like okay, cool. It gets better.
yes.
But anyways,
Yes,
yeah.
that's that's the only common word he knows.
Yeah.
Um
Anyways. Yeah.
and that happens and that's gross.
Yeah.
Um and then third episode he figures out Jon Snow figures out that he's like he was raised with a silver spoon, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Trains at the wall.
Daenerys is pregnant now. And um Ned has a fuck what's it? Ned meets with Littlefinger. Um and he shows him the knife and he's like, "This is the knife that was sent to kill your boy Bran." Right, last episode someone tried to kill Bran
Super. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Um So that's was why Ned was like, "Yo, this knife showed up. What the fuck's
Hmm.
going on?" And then
Hmm.
Littlefinger, being the piece of shit he is, he's like, "Oh, that's Tyrion Lannister's."
Yeah.
Um, and which is so fucking funny to me. Um, because like, how the fuck did Ned believe him? Um,
He he I don't know. Like I would believe that guy. I
no,
don't know
Ned
why
was.
I
I
would.
wouldn't. I wouldn't, dude. You saying this fucking I met I would have met Tyrion once, right?
Mm,
I would have met him once and would have been like that guy lost a bet
mm,
or like that guy bet something he knew he would lose that.
mm,
He bet it a Valyrian steel knife, one of the most rarest things you can find in the world.
mm,
And he lost it in a bet that he
mm,
Tyrion's not fucking stupid.
mm.
But also Ned doesn't know Tyrion.
Right.
Um, they talked maybe once.
Mm,
Um, but still, Ned's like the honorable guy, so he kind of trusts everyone, which is so fucking stupid. Um,
yeah.
he just kind of assumes everyone has the good intentions until proven otherwise. So
Yeah.
then those people who are until proven otherwise, those are his enemies, and
Yeah.
then he's blindsided all the time by these fucking people beside him who are like, "Yeah, actually, I don't really give a fuck about you, man." And he's like, "What happened? What happened?" Shut up, Ned.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. No. Honestly.
Play the game.
Yeah. Like Game of Thrones.
And then fourth episode, pretty sure Ned, he discovers the illegitimate children thing.
Mm.
Um, uh, uh,
Ter Bran gets a saddle. Bran Bran gets a
Bran,
saddle. Bran
Bran.
gets a saddle. Oh, he's also paralyzed. And we meet
Yes.
Hodor. And that's great. I feel like he does more later on, but we meet Hodor. He seems nice.
Yep.
Yep. Hodor.
Yeah,
Trying to think. We meet Sam.
yeah, he discovers the illegitimate son.
Yeah,
Sam shows up at,
yeah. At the wall,
uh,
they make a lot of jokes because they make a lot of jokes about his weight.
yeah.
They basically call him the an F. They do call they basically call him the F slur. But Snow likes him, so we like him. He seems like he gets in a fight with people, he gets knocked to the ground. Mercy, mercy. It's like, okay, dude, come on.
No, he's a pussy, but I mean, like, he has other strengths,
Yeah.
and we see them much later
Okay,
in the
good.
series.
So
Uh,
Jon Snow picked a good reason to like him, right?
that and Sam also kind of realizing John's kind of destined for greatness,
Mm,
kind of attaches himself to John.
Yeah.
in a way. Like he makes himself useful for to John.
Yeah.
Um, in both the book and the movie, but I think right at the start it was kind of like that, and then they grew into a more like actual buddy relationship.
Yeah.
Um, Whereas like at the beginning it was just kind of a I'll do a good thing for you, you do we'll watch each other's backs kind of thing. Like we have no one else here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, he also felt bad for him. Because he also knows what it's like, especially now after getting like the talking to and whatever, that like I need to put myself in their shoes.
Mm.
This guy, he's a lord's son, got abandoned, like basically disowned,
Yeah.
sent up to the wall. John can sympathize. He's a bastard. He knows what
Yeah.
it's like for a family not to want him.
Yeah.
So they bond.
Yeah. And I like, seems nice. Seems chill. Chill dude.
Yeah.
I would bond with him. Um, yeah. We also find out, pretty sure it's this episode or the next one, John is a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that says
So
something.
is Sam.
Yeah. That says something about
Well, I
John
mean, most.
because if you're a lord, if you have like lord blood in you and you're a virgin, whoa. But it also makes sense because
Sure.
he's
You have the
like,
money. You can like even if you
yeah,
didn't have a girl who wanted to, you could pay a hooker. Like
yeah,
it's not like an uncommon thing. Like it's a pretty
yeah,
common practice to pay for a brothel.
yeah. But
Theon does it.
yeah,
All the lords kind of do it.
yeah. He talks about how his mom was probably a prostitute. So he's like, don't feel
He
comfortable
has no
doing
clue.
this. I don't feel
Yeah,
comfortable
he has
doing
no
this
clue.
because this is how I came to
This
be,
could
and
have
I don't
been my
want to,
mom.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want,
yeah.
so
Which is so funny because he actually doesn't know.
yeah,
He has no clue if she was a prostitute or not. She
yeah,
isn't,
no,
just to be clear. Um, but
yeah,
he got in his own head.
yeah,
Like all of this, like self pity,
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
Um,
also years of neglect, but um,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to think. Does anything else really happen?
Not in this episode. The next
Yeah,
episode. I don't know if Kat kidnaps Tyrion yet in this episode, but I know in the next episode they show up at the Vale, um, with Tyrion, and he's like, and Catelyn is like, "Yo, sister, this guy tried to kill my son," and he's like, "No, I didn't. I didn't do that." And then he requests a trial by combat, and then he gets Braun of Blackwater, who's not Braun of Blackwater yet.
yeah,
Um, but Sir Braun, still not a Sir, using the wrong title, but Braun fights the guy and then wins the fight by playing dirty. Uh, and you know what?
yeah. That queen is weird.
It's fair.
That son
Oh,
is fully grown.
he's 12, yeah.
Yeah, get off. Get off your mom.
Oh,
You
he's six
weirdo.
years old.
Oh, that's not as bad then. Oh, no. No, it is.
No,
Get off your
yeah.
mom.
No,
Get off
anything
your
over
mom.
like
Three?
a year and 3 months, you're fucked.
Yeah. Like,
Like if I hear you're 2 years old and you're sucking tits, I'm smacking the fuck out of you.
yeah. Never.
Actually, I don't know what the breastfeeding,
I
but I know it's not two.
I
I know
feel
it's
like
I'm
you could turn like if you're
how long?
I feel like three. If you're breastfeeding at three, no. But that kid's way too old. This is important. Um, I feel like three is like the max in general. But like again, that's way too old. Two, like maybe like you're one
2 years
12,
old
2 years old.
is
Okay.
what it's two.
Yeah. So that kid's too old. Weird clean queen, but she's upset because I can't remember names, man. This show is full of names. I know what's
Yeah,
happening.
man. All
I know
names.
what's happening. I should have
It's
made
actually
it's a
you should
lot of
have made a
names. I
list.
should have made a list, and I told myself I was gonna do it, and I just didn't do it. Anyways, uh, that house, the house. That's why she's mad at him because her husband was killed by that house, right? Does that make sense? Okay, never mind then. Don't listen to me. This is your episode, Mitch.
She's
Um,
upset because Catelyn is her sister. Her sister shows up, says, "This guy tried to murder my son. I need you to put him on trial." Goes on trial, trial by combat, picks Bronn as his champion. Bronn murders
yeah,
the guy. Um, After spending days in like the sky cells,
yeah, fucking cool
uh,
looking.
cool, and you have an out.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
um, but also I'd be terrified of just rolling over in my sleep and falling to my death.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'll
Also,
take off my shirt and tie to something if I could.
there's no, it's stone walls, smooth stone walls.
Oh, that's how I
Uh,
die.
yeah, fucking wrap it around my chest and tie it to the door handle.
Honestly, that's all
Uh,
you can do. Or like your hand, so it's like not as bad. That's all you can do though.
mhm.
Hey, we're smart. We're make it. We'll be okay.
I mean, it's still prison. You can't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
No, but
You're
like
just
we're not
not
gonna.
dying.
Yeah.
But also, you'd probably die of exposure.
Yeah. Get a
It's
belt.
cold mountain air,
Shit.
and you
No
don't have any.
oxygen.
You have no shelter.
Shit. So you
You
just
just have an open wall.
damn.
Um, yeah. So Tyrion fucks around with that.
Yeah.
Um, uh, oh, episode 6 is where he does the trial by combat, but that's fine. Who
Yeah.
cares? Um, Ned renounces his Hand of the King position in this episode because he was like, "Hey, you guys want to kill that chick across the ocean? I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Just because she's pregnant? That's fucked up." He should have, because then there would be like one season of the show, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He did the honorable thing.
Yeah.
Did the honorable thing. That's kind of
Hmm.
Ned's trademark. Is Ned will do the thing with the most honor, with the most like the duty to his family, the duty to his house, the duty to
Hmm.
his king. He will those supersede everything
Yeah.
for him. So when someone says, "Go murder this woman and her unborn child," he's like, "I'm out.
Yeah.
The
And
fuck are
yeah.
you guys on about?" And then everyone's like, "You fucking what? You're out? You want to not be the hand of the king, like the
Yeah.
second most powerful position in the fucking country?" Um,
Yeah.
and Mr. fucking um uh kidnaps him.
Hmm. Kidnaps him, kidnaps his daughters are also there too, right? So they're one of them gets kidnapped, the other one escapes, right?
Yes, they're in the
Yes.
castle.
So
Well, Sansa is already uh oh, I, I think I have no no. Right. Ned can't die. Ned, he is in the castle. He has the spear through his leg. He gets treated. Um, fuck, what is it? Sansa. Sansa says something to him that makes him like, no, Joffrey is product of incest of Jaime and Cersei. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna go tell her this right away. So he fucking goes to Cersei and is basically like, I know your secret.
idiot. Don't do that.
What the fuck is
Like,
wrong with you?
no.
No, especially if you've no plans in the work with
Yeah.
it.
And
Like if
you're
you've like if I was super confident, I was like, you can't do anything about this. I'll just tell
yeah,
you about it right now. But
yeah.
if I have no plans and no idea what to do with this information, I just go, you did a bad thing. They're gonna kill you.
Yeah. Also, your family's there. Like, think about
Yeah,
it's not
which
just
no,
you.
Ned, I'm gonna be honest, fucking stupid. Like he's
Yeah,
so dumb.
yeah,
Um, he does the right thing. He
but
does the
like,
right thing every time, but it gets
yeah,
him killed.
yeah,
Um,
and threatens your family, your daughters too.
yeah. Well, I mean, at the time he didn't know that yet.
Yeah,
He goes and he bothers her, Cersei, uh,
no,
and
yeah,
then yeah, Renly. Because there's so many different plot lines. Like there's the
it's a
Daenerys stuff. So
lot.
I'm
It's
just
a
running
lot.
through the Ned one right now.
Yeah.
I'm running through what happens to Ned. Ned then uh Robert goes on a hunting trip.
Hmm.
Ned confronts Cersei while he's out on a hunting trip. Rob. He comes back up the stairs. It was Renly, his brother, his little brother, Robert's little brother.
Hmm.
He's like, "Yo, shit happened."
Yeah.
We go in.
We go.
Robert Baratheon gored by a bull,
Yeah.
boar.
Or yeah, bro.
Um, um,
He's dying, right?
ye- yes.
Yeah.
And and Robert's like, oh yeah, I'm fucked. Like I know I'm fucked. So I need you to write down essentially his last order,
Yeah.
like his last will.
Yeah.
Um, which is um
It's
what
Ned
he
will
says, and then
be.
sorry, and Robert says my unfaithful heir. So that little typo, well, not typo, intentional slip, because he doesn't want Joffrey
Yeah.
on the throne.
Because
This is
incest.
Ned playing the game
Yeah.
his own way. Just incest. Yeah, he's an illegitimate like an illegitimate
Yeah.
child. He shouldn't be on the throne. Um, also product of incest. Um, but I also think that Ned wrote that in because his brother Stannis is a much better ruler,
Hmm.
anyways. So that's what I think he was trying to get him in. But it was also more importantly, Ned becomes Lord Protector
Hmm.
until the new heir comes of age.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was Robert basically telling you, you're king now until my heir comes.
Yeah.
Like you have all the responsibilities, all the rulings.
Yeah.
And when Ned goes and shows people, um, shows the Lannisters,
Yeah.
who are now literally sitting on the throne. I think Cersei's on the throne
Yes.
as they
Yes.
say this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have the note here. Like it literally says right here. And then the Lannisters are like, well, I don't see what note. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then all the guys, all the guys he came with,
Or
get
kill.
fucked up
Yeah. Yeah.
by the guards and everything. Ned's taken to the dungeon. Um, and then from there, I think Serial Pharrell is attacked by the Lannister guards.
Hmm.
Um, and he buys time for Arya to escape. Sansa is with Joffrey by this point. I think she's been betrothed
Yeah. And
to Joffrey.
she knows things are
Um,
happening. She's kind of running. She's kind of stuck. You know.
she's no, she's fucked. She
Yeah.
can't do anything.
Yeah.
She's one. Let's be clear here, especially in this world. She's a woman. She can't do much.
No.
Like she has no,
Yeah.
like she can't make the decisions for herself to do these things. Like
Yeah.
she can't just be like, "Oh, I want to leave." People will be like, "The fuck? What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Get
Yeah.
back in there." Um, and uh, I think Sansa, but a little bit. I think Sansa really just she wanted to be like queen so badly that she kind of kept making up excuses for these bad behaviors and these
Mm-hmm.
things pretty much up until I'm just gonna skip all the way to this point. Pretty much all the way up until Ned gets decapitated by Sir
Yeah.
Ilan Payne,
Yeah.
with his own sword, by the way, um, which is fucked up. Um,
Yeah.
he kills him with his own weapon,
Mm-hmm.
like the family Stark weapon.
Yeah.
He gets executed with it. Pretty fucked up. Um, and there's actually more fucked up things that happened with that sword after.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Um, but Joffrey basically told him when he ascended to the throne after Robb dies, and then the Lannisters were actually like, "There's no fucking document. We're the kings now." Um,
Her incest baby.
yeah,
Enjoy our
yeah, yeah.
incest baby. Like, oh.
Except no one knows
Uh,
it
yeah.
because obviously
Yeah.
it would completely illegitimize them.
Yeah.
Um, the only reason they're on the throne right now is because they think Joffrey is a Baratheon.
Yeah.
Um, and what was the thing that happened? Ilan Payne chops off Ned's head. After Joffrey kind of offers him this like peace deal of
Yeah.
essentially saying like, you renounce everything you did and tell them I'm the rightful king. You live. Maybe you can go take the black. Like you can
Yeah.
go do something. Like go live with your bastard, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so Ned does. He's like, fuck it. I've stood by my honor this whole time,
Yeah.
but I just want to see my kids again. So he's like, yeah, this guy's the rightful king. I was wrong. I'm so sorry. And
Yeah.
gets fucked anyways. And Joffrey, and that's the switch. You can even see it in the what's her name? What's her face?
I know who you're talking
Uh,
about. There's a
yeah,
fucking lot of names.
Nick Jonas. What's her?
What ex-wife? Yeah. She
Maisie
was,
Williams is Arya. So this is Sophie, something Sophie, something, whatever.
yeah, redhead girl.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Sansa,
Yeah.
she switches like completely. You can see it in the scene.
Yeah.
And then especially after, there's one really good shot of when she's forced to see Ned's head. When Joffrey like says, "Look at it.
Look at your
Like
head.
I
Yeah.
need you to see this."
Yeah.
And when she's staring at it and blah blah blah, and then someone comes up and like distracts Joffrey or something. I think it was
Yeah.
like a guard or something.
Yeah.
But the her eyes come down off the thing back onto Joffrey,
To the
and
ground.
it's
Yeah.
just hate.
Yep.
It's just pure hate.
Hmm.
Um, and that's how you know I'm sweating my shit off. It's so fucking hot in my house.
Mm.
Um, she just switches.
Yeah.
She goes from this.
Like,
It
yeah.
was you could see the innocence in her die.
Yeah. Yeah. Throughout like the whole show, she's been defending this awful person. Like our first kind of interaction with her and her, like he brings her to meet his sister, and the sister's playing with the blacksmith's boy.
Mhm.
And yeah, eventually like like so many things have happened. And at this like she's done taking a shit. Like she knows like she's always known, but now she's just like, you are an awful person and I don't want to be with you, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. We have one episode left, right? Do we? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip all the fucking White Walker
Like what?
shit.
Yeah.
Um, so then we're in episode 9. I think this is where he gets murdered.
Yep.
Uh, uh, um, no, it's murder
It's
in
episode not
episode 8,
episode
and then
no
Rob 8,
episode
Rob 8 is when
episode's not
episode
even gonna
8
get episode 9.
is when they
Episode 9 is when Ned takes
Episode
them
9 is
over.
when you actually see them start moving.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not
Okay.
there yet.
Okay.
But yeah, Rob moves south with 2,000 people, 20,000 people. Um, uh, he gets to the Twins,
Mm,
which is a castle held by the House Frey in the Riverlands, and uh, he to cross he has to make a marriage alliance. He
mm,
has to marry himself off to one of Walder Frey's daughters,
mm,
um, and he he pulls a move. Rob, not
mm.
not Ned. Ned Ned doesn't walk out of this one. He basically says, um, oh, no, he doesn't say anything. He diverts some parts of his troops to create like a false flag, like a false front, um, and pushes. He basically sacrifices 2,000 soldiers, which probably 2,000 didn't die.
Mhm,
Probably more like 300 died or
mhm,
400 before the battlements broke or whatever.
mhm,
Um, and sent the other 18,000 the other way, completely circumventing Tywin's troops, who's Tywin Lannister, the father of Tyrion, Jaime, and Cersei. Um, and he's known to be he's known to be a rich man and a prestigious man, but he's also known as a strategist. So to outmaneuver a strategist like Tywin, he did good.
mhm,
He did good.
mhm.
And then believing that marching those 18,000 to King's Landing would secure him a victory and get his father back was misguided because halfway through his adventure, his father's head rolls. And he has to go back up. Um,
Mhm.
oh no, he doesn't go back up. He's still waging war. Yes, yes, he gets declared king of the North. Um, Rob, by the way,
Mhm.
Rob becomes king of the North. He just keeps hanging on. Um, yeah, that's kind of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
he, um, what's the word? There's another thing. Oh, and then the very, very last episode, most importantly, uh, Daenerys, um, gives birth to his son, stillborn, right?
Yeah.
Um, after the ritual that she performed to try and save Khal Drogo, it rendered him vegetative and slow, and he womp womp.
Yeah.
But it saved his life, and uh,
Put a pillow
the
on his
price was
head.
her
Yeah. Put a pillow on his head.
miscarried. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she murdered him.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then she takes the witch who did the ritual. She takes the 3 dragon eggs, and then she takes Drogo's body and puts it, all 3 of them, on top of this pyre, like a funeral pyre, in which she then walks into and sits there for hours. Um, and when the fire dies, here's naked Amelia Clark with 3 brand new hatched dragons.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah.
Really good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a lot.
And just as
Yeah.
the chick said to her, she basically said, only death can pay for life. And so
Hmm.
she killed the unborn child of Daenerys to save Khal Drogo's life. Obviously, didn't work out the
Yeah.
way she said it would. Intentionally, she intentionally fucked him over. But I
Yeah.
mean, she didn't tell all lies. Only death can pay for life. So when Daenerys, at least this is what we think, like it just, and then right after this happened. So they seem connected. Um, right? You can't. No one's said that it's actually connected, but you can guess that the sacrifice of this girl, not the lady, the witch who helped Khal Drogo, is actually what revived the dragons from stone.
Yeah. Is
Um,
it, did she
her
burn?
sacrifice.
I thought it was because there was
Yeah,
three people in the fire. Well, three beings in the like the witch, the unborn
yeah,
baby, and Jason Momoa. That's why the
yeah,
dragons were born.
yeah,
Am I wrong?
yeah. But two of them are already dead. Two of them
I
are already dead.
oh okay. I thought it'd be
Khal
like
Drogo's dead, and the stillborn was
I thought
already
it'd
dead.
be like a sacrifice. But anyways, that's what I thought. Sorry. Okay, that's it though. Ends like that.
Yeah.
I think if we were to do this another season two, what we should do, and this is gonna be a lot of work, I don't want to do it, is name of character and kind of like a rundown of what they do in the season. It's gonna be like a essay,
Okay.
but like it would work.
What in this episode?
No, no, no. I'm talking later if we ever do
Oh,
another
like for your
season.
own help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for help me, I should have wrote more and I didn't. But yeah, you can give your rating and then I'll give my little review. Like
Okay.
you're rating
Uh,
one.
let's see. Um, you go.
Okay. Okay. So, if you're new to our podcast, I do a little letterbox review. It's just kind of like a written review of a show or a movie. I try my best to make it like sound, I don't know, like kind of like run together how I feel about the whole of like the show or movie we're talking about. So here's my review of Game of Thrones season one. Here we go. Booby, 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 lots of boobies. Other
Okay.
things happen. Dragon. Thank you.
Nice, nice,
And
nice.
you're not getting anything
Uh,
else.
nice. I think mine is going to be hmm.
Like it's
First
not
season,
like
the very first season of Game of Thrones, easy. This is like a 4.7,
okay. Shoot.
4.7 incest babies out of 5.
I think that is your highest mark so far. Okay.
Dude, the first season of the show
It was
is
good.
impeccable storytelling.
I I want to watch season two. So yeah, and I
I
probably
think
will.
I think season 3 is my favorite. I can't.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, season 2, season 2, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for watching this very long episode. It was fun. This is Mitch's episode. I enjoyed understanding things because you talked about things that I didn't understand till you talked about it. That makes sense? Yeah. Um, next episode will be around Christmas. It'll be Christmas time, December. Expect we talked about this beforehand. We're probably just going to do two episodes in December just because December's busy. The next episode will be The Holdovers that came out last year, and I really loved it. I'm excited for Mitch to watch it. If you want to email us, talk to us about how smart we are, big brain we are about knowing about Mitch's knowledge of Game of Thrones. You can email us at pleasewatchourpodcast.com. We have a TikTok and Instagram page where we just post clips from the podcast. I might post the odd meme on the odd little funny little thing on the stories of our Instagram, but aside from that, that's it. Really. Mitch, you're frozen. I'm gonna hang. Bye, guys. Mitch, please.
Not frozen.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye. Can I stop the recording?